In this video, you're going to find out about Animus and Anima possession. Let's get it.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. In this video today, I'm talking about Animus and Anima possession, okay? Now, these are terms by Carl Gustav Jung, and they're talking about aspects of the collective unconscious and aspects of the psyche that are very hidden, okay? So this might not be happening very consciously, but it's an unconscious process that you might be living through. Now, Animus or Anima possession, okay? Anima is the feminine, okay? Animus is the masculine. So it could be that you are a man with Anima possession, meaning you've taken on female characteristics, stereotypical female characteristics, but they're in the shadow form. Okay, so this means that, you know, you're kind of a wimp, you don't take action, right? You kind of get treated like a doormat. You let people just kind of bully you around and you don't do anything about it. You're super shy, super timid, super passive aggressive. Okay, you just want to unite and, you know, all this kind of stuff, but it's not helping you in your process of manhood. It could be another opposite form where you are a woman and you take on stereotypical masculine characteristics. But again, these are in the shadow, so they're not positive traits, right? So this is the ball buster, right? The woman who's just like very overtly masculine, tries to dominate the situation, overly critical about every single thing, right? Tries to show that she's the boss. I'm the boss queen, I'm the boss bitch, all this kind of stuff, right? So the thing about this is to understand that there's certain incidences in life that make us want to take on this kind of armoring, and usually it's there to protect us, okay? Usually we think that is the strategy that will help our survival the most, and so we adopt these certain ideologies and frames, and we start to possess this other gender in a sense, okay? Now, this is in no way to discriminate between genders, but it helps to understand this process because it might be happening to you. So the important aspect of this video is, how do we heal from these, right? How do we heal from both from these? Let's start with the man. For the man, if you have Anima possession, you're going to have to learn how to take action, even when you don't feel like it. You're going to have to understand that there is suffering in life and that you want to be able to create a strategy for yourself. The next time that you feel like you don't speak up, or you hold things in, or you repress it, or, you know, you keep it inside of you, you start to understand that, okay, no, I'm actually going to either take my time with this or I'm going to push into this, right? So let's say there's two aspects of the Anima, right? One is like you go into things without impulses, right? Completely emotional, right? The other one is like very passive aggressive. It's like, no, I don't want to take any action at all. I'm going to push it away. No, I'm too shy. It's not for me, right? That version. So one is like you're kind of like a wimp, and the other one is like you're kind of like overly emotional, and so you act on impulse and you act on emotion, right? So if you are a man who's acting purely on emotion, you have to introduce logic into your life and learn a bit more about things, like do more research about topics. Delay the gratification, like keep it for the next day, right? Sleep on it. These things will help you. Instead of acting just out of the blue and making rash decisions, you're thinking about it. You're taking your time, okay, to actually, you know, consider, hey, is this real? Is this legit? Is this a possibility, right? On the other hand, let's go with the women, okay? So women, if you're watching, you feel more masculine, you've taken on this masculine armoring, and you are in Animus possession, okay? You feel like you need to be, you know, your ego is inflated, let's say, right? You see a lot of women, they walk around like there's nothing wrong with them, I'm the best in the world, all this kind of stuff. And it's usually a front. However, start to understand that front and take that mask off at times to really explore this in greater depth. Instead of judging other people, you want to start to understand that, okay, what is my shadow, right? What are the hidden aspects of me? And in that sense, you're going to really be able to optimize this emotional lacking, right? It's almost Like, so in the Anima, right, for the man, there's an emotional, like, overwhelm. And in the woman, in the Animus, when she's Animus possessed, she basically feels that there is a hardening of emotion, or there's not enough emotion. So she'll do things without, you know, having any emotional attachment to them, right? She might have many male partners, right? All this kind of stuff, because she's not emotionally attached to anything, right? So this process of you integrating your Animus as a woman is to really be vulnerable and work with your emotions. That's it. And the other one, for the ego inflation version, you're just working on humility, right? You're just working on humility and being able to be like, look, there's certain things that need improvement with me, right? Now you're starting the process. And finally, if you're being hypercritical all the time, you need to ask yourself the question, when you're yelling at someone and you're in this, you know, Animus possession, you're like, yeah, but you don't know what I don't know what you know. That voice, when it starts coming out, you got to stop it and be like, wait, did I really mean that? Okay, this is where you bring sense into your arguments. Did I really mean that? Or did I just say that? Did I really mean that? Or did my anger make me say that? Okay, if you didn't really mean that, this is a process for you to slow down in those moments of argument and understand that your tonality, what do you think you know that tonality. You need to really hear that and be like, would somebody in a movie, if you heard them doing this, would you feel like this is a great character to be around? Oftentimes, no. So Animus possessed women will scare people away from them. They can be intimidating for people, right? So start to understand that, hey, I can actually be a wise, entrepreneurial, creative, very self-sufficient woman and not be possessed by my Animus. I can still come from a divine feminine aura and I can still get things done, right? So start to understand and really hear the tonality and ask yourself the questions that will make you go inwards and really be present with yourself so that you can begin this healing process. So as I told you, as a man, you've got to learn to take action. You got to push through, right? Or you got to, it depends on your situation, obviously, but you've got to learn how to integrate both of these. And for a man, maybe you have an overactive Animus and you're constantly possessed by that Animus as well. That could be the case too, right? Or a woman, you could be constantly possessed by the Anima as well, right? So, but it's mostly in the opposite that we see this, because, you know, males have female traits as well, and females have male traits as well, right? It goes vice versa. So understand this, and I hope that this video helps you. It gives you some clarity in terms of this. This is how I've come to understand it. It's kind of simplistic, but I wanted to explain it to you before I head out today and, you know, do my sessions. Have an incredible day. If you have any questions about this, you know where to reach me. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today, guys. Boom.